So let's have a look at the starting grid for race 7 out of 15 today. It's Senior Rotax, Heat 3, Groups A versus C. Nevio Fischer starts from pole position and will line up alongside one of the heat winners already today, Farin Mega, on the front row. Matilda Olsen and Matteo Pianizzola now on row number 2. Rafael Renhofer and Zach Skauler. Row number 3, Wout Kirstens and Luke Neeson. Row 4 with Andrej Petrovic from Serbia and Lachlan Robinson from the United Arab Emirates rounding out the top 10. Miro Halika and Mette Argun on row 2. Sem Argun on the inside of row 7 with Sem van Thiel alongside from the Netherlands. William Christensen and Arnold Domingo on row number 8, with row 9 completed by Scott Westhovens and Bennett Arends. Rounding out the 21-strong grid, it's Luca Schlegel, Jarin Schultz, and we've got the number 833 of Hartmut Schaumann. So 21 drivers set to go into battle for 10 minutes plus an additional lap. As the drivers now will head towards the far part of the circuit, now making their way through turn number 12. So Lewis Gilbert and Farin Mega have one win apiece. Into the tram lines we go, revs rise, lights are out, we're underway and racing. A very good start from Nevio Fischer, but Farin Mega already switching to the inside, being followed by Matilda Olsen, and the 307 has been turned around. William Christensen from Denmark ending up at the back end of the field. That was heading through turn number 3. Everyone trying to juggle over real estate here. Olsen trying to look up the inside for third position. And now leading the race is Matteo Pianizzola. Farin Mega trying to get through on Nevio Fischer, does so. Matilda Olsson also trying to make her way through up into third place. The Swede has to wait for an opportunity, but there is someone just behind. That's Wout Kirstens from the Netherlands, who rounds out the top 5. Rafael Renhofer sitting in what will be 5th position. And Olsson up the inside, trying to get past Nevio Fischer, and does so. Good move by the Swede, who's looking for the undercut. Kirsten bumps over the curbs through turn number 12. And then Zach Skauler manages to slingshot his way past out of turn number 12 himself. So 3:28 from the United Arab Emirates getting through. Actually, that's Lachlan Robinson. So Zach Skauler's dropped down the order. Robinson up to P5. And we've only completed the first tour. There's a send and a half by Robinson up the inside of both Olsson and Stiak, as the Dubai-based driver has to wait and bide his time. Everyone's trying to score for real estate. Kirsten's nearly centred up the inside of Robinson. Robinson went up the inside of Stiak. Whoa, Robinson's done a great little move there. Managed to get through on both Fischer and Olsson. That was coming out of turn number 7. So now that puts him up into a genuine third place after a lap and a half, having started from the outside of row number 5. Fischer's losing more positions. Kirsten's got through, but also Renhofer's closing in. And it's all for themselves out here at Wackersdorf at the moment. Fischer losing more positions and has just lost one to Renhofer. Luke Neeson has gotten through as Farin Mega sweeps past Matteo Pianizzola through turn 3, but the Italian close on the counter-attack. And if they start to keep on battling as they are doing now, it's going to allow the likes of Robinson and Olson to catch up to them. Olson's got about a second gap between herself and Wackersdorf in the number 366, rounding out the top 5 as the leaders now make their way through into turn number 8. A little bit further back, there are some moves happening. I think that might have been, that is Renhofer battling away with Nevio Fischer for position. And Renhofer has the slight upper hand thus far. So the number 333 with FM Racing is moving up the order slowly but surely. Just over 6.5 minutes remain as Zach Scowler has dropped outside of the top 10 and is now battling for that 10th position. That will be with Finland's Miro Halika in the 381. More dive bombs happening at turn number 4. Could be Bennett Arons on Andrei Petrovic, I think, through into turn 4 on that particular occasion. So 8.23 trying to go up the inside of 361. But in the meantime, well, Lachlan Robinson has just put in the fastest lap of the race. He was 0.8 quicker than Matteo Pianezzola on that previous lap. He was over 0.4 quicker than the race leader. There's now Renhofer up the inside of Kirstens, who gets the switch back. But Renhofer's going to have the inside line for turn number 12. But in the racing line, as it sits thus far, sitting on the outside of turn number 12, there is a bit of a dry line starting to form, but it's minimal at best. And Robinson has really latched on. He's put in another fastest lap, 2 in a row for the number 303. Third in the championship last year. Closing in on Pianezzola. And Robinson went towards the outside of turn 4, trying to get past Pianezzola, and the Italian's still ahead at the moment. As Wackersdorf's battling away with Nevio Fischer. Fischer looks to go late on the brakes into turn number 6, and he gets through. As Kirstens keeps side by side, going into the apex for turn number 7, but backs out of it. But then decides to send it up the inside through the curbing. And he does that. And always just hit the back left wheel. And Wackersdorf has inadvertently spun himself around and has had to wait for everyone to get past before rejoining. So what could have been a solid positional finish for the 366 for the Netherlands. As it's getting a bit. Oh, Andrei Petrovic has just had Miro Halika, I think, just go over the right-hand side wheels, and Petrovic was off of turn number 11 or turn number 12. And now Miro Halika has got Bennett Arens from Germany in the 8.23. Now these two are teammates. They're side by side into turns 1 and 2. As sideways for the Finn, going through into turn number 3, just literally turned the steering wheel, and the cart flicks out the back end to the left-hand side. But in the meantime, whilst that has all been going on, Lachlan Robinson has now pulled away from Matteo Pianezzola. And Farin Mega now running in the mid-1 minute 4s. It was a bit sideways. I think that might have, I'm not too sure who that was. I'll keep an eye on that cart. That was the 328. Zach Scowler battling away for a top 10 finish. He's got Andrei Petrovic directly up the inside. And Petrovic, the young Serbian, gets through. Scowler tries to look towards the outside, takes the tighter line through turn 12, gets through, but Petrovic, nearly got a run on the 328 and had to hit the brakes, and he gets a touch from behind from Bennett Arens from Germany. Or was that? No, that was 8.29, Mete Argun from Austria, who gave the Serbian attack in the rear bumper. And we are really seeing the lap times drop. We're into the 1 minute 4s, and that is with the majority of the top 10, if not all of the top 10, have gone into the 1 minute 4s. And Rafael Renhofer, now sitting in 5th place behind Matilda Olsson, has got the fastest lap of the race only by 4 1/1000ths by the driver in 2nd, who's charging towards an opportunity to go for the race lead. And he has got the race lead. So Lachlan Robinson, who on his 17th birthday a couple of years ago, managed to get his first ever pole position in Europe, and it was done at this very track. So a bit more of things going on. Mete Argun getting passed by Zach Scowler, and Argun runs wide. And it is the 362 of Lucas Schlegel that's now battling with Zach Scowler. William Christensen has made his way a little bit further up the order and has gotten round the outside of the 829 from Austria, coming out of turn 3 and heading into turn 4. So the times are dropping. We are into the 1 minute threes. Lap times are evolving significantly as Andrej Petrovic has set the fastest lap of the race after 7 laps of this circuit. 1 minute 3.588 for the 361. Currently, at the moment, as things stand, sitting in around about 10th position. More drivers trying to make some opportunities for themselves. As the 830 of Israel's Yarin Schultz goes side by side with Arnold Dominko from Hungary, and the 832 ends up on the dirt and the grass on the outside of the corner. But the lead now has extended between Lachlan Robinson and Farin Mega to just over 1.2 seconds. Petrovic sets another fastest lap. The KSCA Saudi Europe driver has bettered his previous time by well over 0.2 of a second. And just interesting to see. Oh, there's a little bit of a tussle in the 824. Luke Neeson having a little bit of a touch with Sem Argun. Ends up going with the former, ending up going off track. But still, all 21 drivers are circulating. So onto the penultimate lap we go. Robinson leads by 2.3 seconds. Matteo Pianezzola is closing in on Farin Mega for second position. A bit further back, Miro Halika and Andrej Petrovic went into battle. The Finn looked to go up the inside through turn 3 on the Serbian, but no room there. Timer now expires. The next time around, Lachlan Robinson, who led the closest ever Euro Trophy ranking after heats in its history. Last time out at Marienburg, on course, having started from the outside of the 5th row from 10th position. 303 from KR Sports, now just over a lap away from picking up another heat win. And Robinson is also on the previous tour, on the completion of lap 9, putting his personal best. 1 minute 3.630. So, final lap underway. Battle for 3rd and 4th really heating up, because Rafa Renhofer closed in onto Matteo Pianezzola to the tune of well over 0.4 of a second. They now make their way through into turn 5 for what's going to be the final time. When is Renhofer looking to go for the move? It won't be through here at turn 6, and then might have an opportunity if he gets a good run out of the turn 9-10 chicane. But Robinson now making his way through into the penultimate hairpin on the circuit, making his way through turn 11. Renhofer waiting, biding his time, seeing if he can get a good run of momentum, but Pianezzola able to counter through that corner. But Robinson picked up 2 heat wins back at Marienburg and decided to return to KR Sports. At the midpoint of this season, he will come across the line and become the 3rd different race winner here today. Farin Mega takes the 2nd place. A good start for the young German. Pianezzola from Italy. And Rafa Renhofer from Germany ran out the top 4. Matilda Olsson ends up 8th in her first heat, 5th in her second. Ahead of Nevio Fischer, who had a better time out, unlike the first heat where he retired on lap number 6. Sem van Til, Andrej Petrovic, Miro Halika and Germany's Bennett Arends round out the top 10 positions. So far, 3 different heat winners in as many of the heats here in senior Rotax. So 1 to Lewis Gilbert, 1 to Farin Mega, and now 1 going the way of Lachlan Robinson. So rounding out the finishing order from 11th to 21st, William Christensen in 11th, head of Zach Scowler, Mette Argun, Lukas Schlegel, Luke Neeson, Sem Argun in 16th, head of Scott Westhovens. Yanin Schultz from Israel makes it up to 18th position at the flag, with Wout Kirstens, Arnold Dominko, and Hamad Shorman rounding out the 21 finishers, all completing the 11 lap race distance.